Okay, Jack says he doesn't care if he wasn't here yesterday. He knows all about it. Jack, what makes two lines parallel? Same slope. Yeah, right. Say hi to you two.
Hello there, guys.
Jack Jellinger.
Jack Jellinger here with Math for College Boys.
There are girls in the class too, but at heart, that's where we're at. Okay. Jack is battling mono, but he's overcoming. He's overcoming. We thank him for his presence here today. We're all better off for it. So we will write equations for these lines every time you see these directions. This is, guys, this is the most important thing that I can tell you about this unit. When you see this direction, write an equation for a line, you think of this: slope and a point on the line. As long as we got those two things, we're good to go. Our point on our line is 1, 4. It says write an equation for a line that's parallel to the given line. Well, this is the given line. If the new line's parallel to that one, what's the slope of the new line? -3. Once I answer those two, can I then come up with the equation for the line? Y minus what? 4 equals -3 times x minus 1. I use point slope form for a line. I come up with the equation. Y minus 4 equals -3x plus 3. Y equals -3x plus 7. I can graph that, plot my 7, drop 3, run 1. There we go. So, what's different about letter B? It's not a y equals mx plus b form. We again need slope and we need a point on the line. We have the point, which is 2, 3. How can I determine the slope of that line? Solve for. Very good. X plus 2y is equal to 4. Subtract the x. 2y equals -x plus 4. Divide by 2. Y is -1/2 x plus 2. So the slope of the new line is -1/2. Now I go right back to my point slope form. Y minus 3 is equal to -1/2 times x minus 2. Y minus 3 equals -1/2 x. What's -1/2 times -2? You got a plus 1. Add the 3, y is equal to -1/2 x plus 4. I'm going to give you your assignment. You're going to work on the first half, which is speaking about parallel lines. And after about 4 minutes, we're going to start working on the perpendicular lines. Okay, these sets of lines are all perpendicular. What makes them perpendicular? What makes something perpendicular? Opposite reciprocal. Very good. So notice what changes here. 2 to -1/2. It's negative and it's opposite reciprocal. So we switch plus to minus and we take the reciprocal. Same thing, 2/3 and -3/2, -5 and 1/5. Okay, so it says write an equation for a line. As soon as I see that, what do I write down? Slope and point. That's as soon as I see that direction, that's what I do every time. Write equation for a line that's perpendicular. If it's perpendicular, what's the relationship between the slopes? Opposite reciprocal. So if the slope of this line is 1/3, what's the slope of the other line? No. -3. It must. So opposite reciprocal means opposite in value, so plus or minus, and then reciprocal flipped upside down. Now I can write my equation for my line. Y minus 1 is equal to negative 3 times x plus 1. Point slope form. Distribute the negative 3. Y minus 1 is equal to negative 3x minus 3. Add the 1. Y equals negative 3x minus 2. Graph the line by plotting the negative 2 down 3 over 1. Next one, same directions. Write an equation for line. Slope and a point on the line. I have the point, it's 6, 0. Can you determine the slope just by looking at it? No, so what do you have to do? Solve for y. 2x minus 3y is equal to 6. As I solve for y, I subtract my 2x. I get negative 3y equals negative 2x plus 6. Then I divide by negative 3. Y is positive 2/3 x minus 2. What does that even mean? It means that the slope of this line is 2/3, so the slope of the line perpendicular to it is negative 3/2. That's what I just determined. This is not my answer. That just helped me come up with the slope. Now I go to y minus 0 equals negative 3/2 times x minus 6. That a lot of people have struggled to multiply the fractions through. No big deal. I'll show you how to do that. Negative 3/2 x. What's negative 3 times negative 6? Positive 18. And then we divide by 2. Plus 9. So y equals negative 3/2 x plus 9. That is your equation. Okay, graph this bad boy. Twins are playing the Nationals today. We got a lot of injuries, and Pineda's gone for 60 games. Hopefully they don't lose their lead and blow us. Too bad.